What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In today's video, I'm going to give you one of 3 videos for named crafter spawns. The reason why I'm doing 3 separate videos is because if I put them all in one video, it's going to be very hard for you guys to keep up with where I'm at, and it's going to be an extremely long video. So what I've decided to do is cut the map into 3 sections. So we're going to start with everything that spawns from F to A, or A to F. It's going to be the east side of the map, and it's going to be both islands, the main island and the lower island. So anything from F and east is going to be in this video. Now I am also going to put my map on my Discord so that you guys can see it, and if I don't go to a single location in this video, that means that there's no named crafters in that area. So in order to help you guys figure out where to go, I will show you the locations in this video, but I'm also going to provide my map so you know where not to go. Now, there are a lot of little camps that are not marked on the map, like this one. If I don't go there, that means that it is not named. If I missed one, then go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Help me out, help your buddies out, and I'll see if I can put you in a future video. And something that I want to make sure everybody knows about this video, I am using a mod that forces the thralls to spawn as a named thrall. So if you are going to these locations and you're finding tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, that is just the way the game plays. It is on a random number generator basis. So you are not guaranteed to find a named thrall in these locations every single time. What I can guarantee is that these locations that I'm going to show you have the possibility of spawning a named thrall. So the best practice when thrall hunting is if you come across the location and it's not the thrall that you want to take home, make sure you kill that location so it can spawn again, and hopefully the next time you visit it, it will be the thrall that you want. Starting it off, we're going to come right up north here. We are at Simi's beacon. It's actually right down below because I believe that's the beacon, so we want to go to this camp right down below, and this is on the northern edge. Now many of you may remember this camp from one of the recent videos that I did where I actually lost a pet in here and almost died myself. But this is the first spawn location that I'm going to show you. And this spawn location actually has the ability to spawn all the different crafter types. There are many of these types of spawns across the Isle of Siptah. So if we kill this blacksmith, we'll see a different type of crafter spawn in this location. And there you go, you can see we got a smelter in this location. So all the different types of crafters can spawn in this location. There are few spots across the Isle of Siptah that are guaranteed to be a single kind of crafter, and when I come across those, I will point those out. So there's one spawn here next to the campfire, and then if we run down here by the cages, there is another spawn here, and you can see it's a bladesmith there. If we kill him, it can be something else. So there's a carpenter, and we'll kill him one more time. There is a taskmaster. So for this location, it's right here on the map. It's called Searman's Watch. It is in 9E, and what you're going to want to do is just run up under the tent, and we have a named spawn right here. If we go ahead and kill that spawn, and then we have a spawn over here, we'll kill that spawn as well, and let's see what we get. So in this location, it looks like it's going to be a guaranteed cook. We keep on getting razor gourd here. Let's see if we could get a different name. There we go. We got a Batessa the Potent. And then over here, we have a builder. Let's see if this is a guaranteed carpenter spawn point. And this appears to be a guaranteed carpenter spawn point at this location. And those are the 2 named spawn points at Searman's Watch. Moving on down to this location, this is the Ashen core right here. It is the capital for the Black Hand. As you can see, we are in the middle. And if we come up to this location right here, this is actually always going to give you a blacksmith. So if we wait for that to respawn, You can see, there we go, we have a bladesmith there. If we kill it again, we get a tempersmith, kill it again, and another bladesmith. But this location is always going to give you a blacksmith. There is an edgesmith there. Leaving this location and running directly over here to the campfire, what you can see is we actually have a taskmaster spawn here. We'll go ahead and kill it. There's a cook spawn here. We'll go ahead and kill it. And then there's a fighter spawn here. Now you can see we have another cook. This is a good cook for me to point out. This is Razor Gord, and he does not take concussive damage. He is not a NPC that can be thralled. So when you see him, go ahead and kill him and loot his body for the chef's trusted cleaver. And he does like to spawn in these locations pretty regularly, but this is a location where you can find a named cook. Back over to this location, you can see we have a driver here. That is another taskmaster. So this location is always going to give you a taskmaster. Leaving here and going up the stairs, be watchful of the traps as you run by. There is a guy right here you should consider killing when you run by him. He does drop legendary gear. But back here, we actually have an armorer spawn. And if we kill this location, you can see we get another armorer spawn. So this is going to be a guaranteed armorer spawn when you can get it named. If we leave this location and we run across the bridge, across the platform, watch out for the trap, and across the bridge again, we come to this area here. This is always going to be a carpenter. So if we kill that spot and we wait, there is another carpenter, and one more time, another carpenter. If we leave this location here, run directly back behind us and down to this campfire, you can see there is a location here. Now this location is going to spawn all the different types of crafters. So if we kill him, we get, what are you? We get a shieldwright. If we kill him, we get a builder, which is a carpenter. And if we look at the next one, it is a taskmaster. So this is going to give you all the different crafter thralls. Additionally, we have a single spot for a named performer in this location. Moving on down to Tillerman's Watch, it's on this little island here. What you're going to find here is just a singular cook spawn right here, and this can actually spawn Razor Gord as well. But as you can see, it's a good spot, in a singular spot, to get a cook if that's something that you're looking for. And again, that is right down here on the map, Tillerman's Watch. Moving further down south on the map, we are in this area right here. Shippo's shipyard is right in front of us, but before we go to Shippo's shipyard, we're actually going to take a left, and we're going to go right down this canyon here. So if we follow this up and into here, what you're actually going to find is a few spots. So one is right here, and this is going to be all the different named crafters can spawn in this location. If we run just over here, we actually have another cook location. So this is a spot to get a named cook. And we'll look at this spot one more time. There's Anna the Torturer. She's a driver. And again, back over here, that is a cook. And that is all that's in this little location right here on the map. And something that I should note about this location as well is there is no location once you've visited it. It will not have a marker on your map. So if you want a marker for that location, you will need to put one manually. Coming back down to Shippo's shipyard here, there's a lot of different areas and different things going on in Shippo's shipyard. So if we take a hard left and head right up here, you're going to find two spawn points right here. Both of these spawn points are going to give you the opportunity to get any of the different crafters. And when I say crafters, I also include taskmasters in that, because they do now change the crafting of your truncheons. And of course, Razor Gord, he likes to spawn just about everywhere, so you can find him in this location as well. But you can see there's a tanner and an alchemist, and there was a blacksmith and a taskmaster there before. If we head back this direction and right over here, there's actually two spots for cooks right here, one there and one there. These are always going to be cooks. Back behind here is actually this guy right here. He's going to be a named Zath priest, or I should say he can spawn as a named Zath priest. If we head back down towards the campfire, there's actually a spot for a named performer right there. And if we go around to the other side, you can see we have another spawn for a named crafter. And we have a shield right there. Let's check this one just to be sure. There's a carpenter, so this is a spot where you can get all the different named crafters. Alright, so leaving from this campfire, what you're actually going to want to do is get up to that platform there. Now you can climb up pretty easy. I believe you can also run from down that direction, but why not just climb up? I'm going to fly up for the sake of time, but what you're going to look for is this spot right here can be a cook. And then if we go over to this spot over here, this can be any type of crafter. So you just go ahead and kill that spot until you get the named crafter that you want. Something that I want to point out real quick, a lot of people have asked me about the cages and whether you can get named people out of the cages. So let's take this guy's key and we're going to go ahead and open this up. I'm sorry, lady, because you're not going to make it. There you go. You can see an Amzadi, the Wanderer, came out of the cage. So she is a named bearer, so you can absolutely get named things out of these cages. If we head right down here, you can see there's actually a named bearer spot right here as well. And if we come around the side here, here's a smelter. We'll go ahead and check this spot to see what else can spawn. There's an alchemist, which means this is going to be another spawn for all the different crafters. Turning right around and running right up here, here is a taskmaster, and this is going to be a guaranteed taskmaster spot. So if you're looking for a named taskmaster, this is a great place to farm for that. And again, this is all at Shippo's shipyard right here on the map. Now we're going to run down to the spit. Okay, so here we are at the spit. It is right here on the map, and if we run up right here, you see there's another cook spot. This is going to be a guaranteed spot for a cook. You guys know what comes there. If we run over to the campfire, you can see there is another named entertainer spot, and then the jailer and a fighter. But if you're looking for entertainers, that is another spot you can go. Headed down this direction, if we come around the cages here, you're going to see there is another spot right here. And this is going to be a taskmaster location. So there you go. You can see it's another taskmaster. If we kill it again, another taskmaster. So that's a guaranteed taskmaster location. If we come down to here and we kill this, this is going to be a guaranteed carpenter location. So we'll just kill a few more and you can see they are all carpenters. Leaving this location, we're going to backtrack just a little bit here. This is actually a location that I didn't find until I was live streaming the other day, so I thought I'd include it in this video since I hadn't finished rendering it. But this spot is inside the ship here, and it is a spot for any kind of crafter. So you can see that was 2 smelters that we got. There's an alchemist, and I've seen blacksmiths and carpenters spawn here as well. Now, something that I want to make sure that is clear real quick is I am in God mode and I'm cloaked. So if I uncloak right here, all of these things are going to converge on me. It's not like you're going to come up and find them in these exact locations that I'm showing you. Everything will run out and come to you. For this next spot, I'm going to give you directions from this campfire. So if you're facing the campfire and the water's behind you, what you're going to want to do is run to the right platform. Where we're actually headed is right up this direction. You can see there is a spot right here. This is an alchemist. And if we kill it, you can see we get a temper right. So this is going to be a spot for all the different crafter thralls. But wait, there's more. What you're going to want to do is climb up to this platform here. What you're going to find up here is another spot where you can get named thralls. And as you can see, you're going to get all the different crafters in this location. The next spot on our list is right here, so you could actually just run from Shippo's shipyard and run right down in here. Now this is actually only going to be a named cook spot, but I wanted to show it anyway. There is a named cook spot at this location. Alright, so on the way down here, we have this camp right here, and I'm going to show you something a little bit extra at this camp. So the camp is actually right above me there, but if we run down into this area, this is going to be the area that is just black on the map right here. This is actually where you're going to find the sand beasts. So if you're looking for the sand beast bioglands, this is where those guys spawn, and they spawn all around this area. But the camp that we want to get to is right up there. It's a pretty easy climb on this side. You can make it up, or on this opposite side, I believe it's a pretty easy climb. So I would recommend this side, but we're just going to fly up there just like that. And then what you'll have to do is just jump across here. So pretty easy to jump across and get to this camp right up here. At this camp, you have a carpenter spawn right here. So if we kill that, it'll be another carpenter. You can see there's another one and yet another one. If we continue on down this direction, we'll find a spot right here, and this can be any kind of crafter. So if we kill him there, you can see it's now an alchemist, and if we kill him again, it is now a taskmaster. And again, that is this spot on the map right there. Moving on, we're down here in 5E, right here on the map. This is the Dusky Inlet. And there's a few different spawns in this area. One happens to be right here. This is going to be any kind of crafter that spawns at this location. And Razor Gourd can spawn here as well. If we head right over this direction, there's actually another named entertainer spot right here. And then we're going to head up here. Now you do have to climb this for whatever reason, but there is a named carpenter spot at this location here. If we head back down, and this is odd, but we need to get all the way to the top of this. So I'm gonna fly up. You will have to climb up. But if we get up to the top here, there's actually a named crafter spawn at the top of this. And this is going to be every single one of the crafters and the taskmasters in this location. The fun thing is, you are going to have to drop over the edge. So if I ungod, let's just see how much damage I take by going over the edges here. And the last one is going to be the toughest. So that's how much damage you're going to take in order to get that thrall off of there. And the last thing that I'm going to say about the Dusky Inlet, make sure that you go up here and visit the boss that's up here. Go ahead and kill him. He drops some really good loot. Alright, so now we're at the backside here, and we are at 5E on the bottom side of this island. And what you're looking for is this camp that's up on the mountain here. But before you go up, you want to stop right down here at the wrecked elevator. This is a spawn for a named carpenter. This is always going to be a carpenter location. Once you check this spot, you're going to have to climb up to the top here. It's not too bad of a climb. Should be able to do that pretty easy. Fight your way through all of the enemies that are up here and check these locations. So the location right here by the campfire has the ability to spawn all the crafters, as you can see there. If we run up this direction to the next fireplace, we have the same thing. The location can spawn all the different crafters, and we'll kill another one just for fun. If we run right out here, this location can actually spawn a named cook, so keep that in mind. Over here, you guys are probably wondering about where you can get a named Durketo priest. That can be a location right here. However, this does also spawn the Zath priests in this location, so keep that in mind. We'll go ahead and kill a couple more just so we can see. There we go. There's a Zath priest there. So The last location that I'm going to show you up here is right here. This is going to be all the different crafters in this location. While you're here, something that you should experience is you should go out on the edge of this platform and just see what happens. The next location is going to be way down here in 4F. This is also a location that does not come up on the map when you find it. But the first spot that you're going to want to look at is right here. This is going to be a spot that is going to guarantee you a carpenter. You just have to get it named in this location. If we move on from there, we're actually going to run right up these stairs and we're going to take a left. There is a spot right here and a spot right here. Both of those are going to give you all the different crafters. You can also see that the chance of getting a fighter does happen in that location. If we turn around and run the opposite direction, there is this location here that is going to give you all the different crafter spawns. You can see, there we go, we have a cook and we have a smelter, and everything else will spawn in that location. Coming up this direction from there, here's a location where you can find a named priest for Emir. If we turn around and go back the other direction, I just want to show you this. It's not a crafter spawn, but I figured I would put this in this video as a bonus. So here is a spot where you can find Leonili the Accursed. And again, that is this location on the map in F4. Now we've moved back up north on the lower island. We are at this location here. What I'm going to tell you about these next locations is it can be hard to figure out how to get up here because they are up high. And these locations are not marked on the map. But once these guys finish fighting this panther, we'll go ahead and just kill the panther and see if we can get this guy to respawn. It's going to stand right in this location, and that's going to be the named crafter spawn. And of course, they always want to go and kill that panther. This is going to be difficult because I do have instant respawn on, but there you can see it is a builder, and if we kill it, it is a razor gourd cook. As always, he seems to spawn everywhere, and a tanner. And this is the only spot in this little location. However, it is pretty easy to get up to this one, so if we just run this direction and we head over here, you can see there's a first men entrance right up here. So you guys are probably familiar with this area. You fight your way up, and then once you get out of that, you're just going to head north from there and you'll find the camp. For the next two locations, this one here and this one here, what I'm going to do is start you down here and take you up. You want to run up this path. So when you see this, I guess, is the best landmark that I can point out, that there, and this path, you want to head up this path. And what you're going to do is just swing off to the left, and then as soon as you come out to it, swing off to the right. And you can see there in the distance, here is an unmarked camp where there are a couple of spawns for named crafters. The first one is going to be right here, and that is a spawn for all the different named crafters. This location here is also a spawn for all the different named crafters. The nice thing about this location in particular is there are two spots where named thralls can spawn, right here and right there. The other two thralls that spawn up here are two archers. One spawns there and the other one walks through the field. This is a pretty easy place early game to come and get named thralls because you're not going to get overwhelmed by all the other NPCs that may spawn in the area. Now for the next camp, the larger camp, which is going to be right here, Lubbers Watch, we are just going to run directly out of this camp. So if we run directly out of this camp, you can either go that direction or you can go through this small valley here. If we run through this and out the other side, you'll see we come right out to that other camp. We'll just continue on and we should come right on to the other camp. There it is right there. And there are a few spots and locations in this camp. And again, we are right here on the map. This one at least has an icon when you discover it, so you won't need to manually mark it like I did. Starting right off from the center, if we run directly forward, we can see we have a named spawn for crafters here. And as you can see, that's a bladesmith, so you are going to get all the different named crafters in this location. Now if we leave his location and we head down here underneath the boat, you can see we have another location. And if we kill him, you can see he's actually a tanner twice. Do we have a named tanner spot? There you go. You can see this guy is always going to spawn as a tanner if he's named. Moving on from the tanner spawn, you're going to want to head right over this direction, and we actually have a spot right here. This can be any of the named crafters in this location. You also have the ability to find a named performer right across from this crafter spot. And again, that location is right here on the map. That is Lubbers Watch. Now that's going to wrap it up for this video about named crafter thralls. Of course, this is only the east side of the map. We still have the middle, which is going to be the next video, and the west, which is going to be the video after that. Now I want to know in the comment section below, what thrall are you having the most difficulty finding? Whether it's an armorer or a tanner or a blacksmith, what specification are you having trouble finding? The whack moments in this video were sponsored by my legendary supporters. Thank you very much. If you'd like to become a member, you can click the button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for their continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not a subscriber, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you get notified when I upload another video. Now, if you're not done watching, there's 2 videos on the screen. You could pick one of those to watch next. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace.